Yesterday, this video was actively suppressed on this platform. Why? Because Dave Chappelle has taken on woke Hollywood, he has taken on shill media, and he is winning. Now that makes these folks very desperate. How desperate are they right now? Well, so apparently Dave Chappelle needs to be called out and canceled. Why? Because, drink this in, he's a little bit too white.
How could this have happened? A black white supremacist.
Now, if that's not entertaining enough for you, things are just getting started. See, Netflix, they decided they would reinstate 3 employees that crashed a senior management meeting, essentially giving back them their jobs and careers. And you know how Netflix gets repaid for its niceness towards woke employees? Oh, they're planning a walkout. They're planning a protest. They're planning to go in and damage them in the media. Why? Because, hey, that's what they do. Yep, it's like Dave Chappelle noted before.
Say no one can be woke enough. You know, I'm torn because I like a warrior for a good cause, but I'm really into tactics. You're not going to nag people into behaving
right
in a way that's, you know, in fact, if you continue with this tone, even if you're right, you'll be very hard to hear.
So hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And it's amazing to not only see people still trying to cancel Dave Chappelle after a week of controversy, but to also see them bringing up race, to see them bringing up Chappelle and white people, and basically saying, you know what, this guy, he's become too white. He started pandering to white people.
I love you.
Eskimo kisses.
Quote, you ever hear the one about the famous black comedian who disappeared when he realized the white people watching him were laughing a little too hard and likely for the wrong reasons? AKA, Dave Chappelle was pandering a little bit too much to those white people. He was becoming himself a little bit too white. Look at how this goes on, too. Dealing with white people long enough. Oh, those pesky white people. Dealing with them, especially the ones who've enjoyed enough episodes of The Wire and Wu-Tang albums. So, enjoy The Wire? Oh, you're some kind of monster. Enjoy Wu-Tang albums? Well, you're some kind of monster. To believe they're in on the joke, aka you're not in on the joke, you're the cause of problems. You are the punchline. And you can easily understand why Dave Chappelle walked away from his $50 million rather than tape a 3rd season of The Chappelle Show for Comedy Central. He was fighting for his life. He was fighting for his life because, again, he was getting down a little bit too much with those white people. See, essentially, what the author of this is telling you is that skits like this here, this skit is okay.
New white people, you can't scare these white people. I tried. Roll up on them, boo! The hell is wrong with you? Those days are over.
But if Dave Chappelle starts thinking, hey, I don't have to stay in any lane. I'm a comedian. I can offend anyone I want. And this person, they take offense individually. They say, Chappelle's telling me that I'm too sensitive. I'm too brittle. What I heard up on that stage, well, that sounded like a Fox News special. Essentially, Dave Chappelle is giving away the freedom that he sought. He is pandering and he is becoming much too white again. Now, while that attempt at cancellation is going on, you have another one that is being made manifest, and this one, it is absolutely hilarious. Why? Because it is Netflix's own fault. See, Netflix, they made a huge mistake. They decided they would pander to woke employees. See, you had 3 employees that decided they would crash a quarterly meeting for top 500 executives at Netflix. They would go in, they would try to cancel Dave Chappelle, and Netflix, they suspended these folks. You could tell they were investigating them for a reason to get fired. And well, the media steps in, Twitter steps in, And Netflix, they decide that they're going to about face, quote, Netflix has reinstated me after finding there was no ill intent in my attending a QBR meeting. Attending, that's an interesting way to put it. Also, the source that talked about this confirmed that 2 other suspended employees had also been reinstated by Netflix and that the company, quote unquote, will be distributing broader guidance about meetings and clarifying which or for which people. Haha, yeah. And if you ever wonder, as say an employee or just somebody looking on from the sidelines, what pandering to woke employees will get you, you know, those same people that said, we have no ill intent whatsoever. Well, here's the perfect example. Those exact same employees are now talking to other employees. They're saying, you know, Netflix, they're not going to do anything to us whatsoever. We have all of this media coverage and we have all of this Twitter support. So why don't we disrupt Netflix services? Why don't we plan a walkout in protest so we can get Dave Chappelle canceled? Haha, yeah, that's exactly what you get. Now, if that's not entertaining enough for you, by the way, and doesn't work as an object lesson showing you again what pandering to woke employees will get you, well, how about this? I think that this is pretty funny. You not only have folks planning a walkout, but they're planning a walkout on work time, meaning they're using company resources like emails and whatnot to send around memos, basically to talk to other employees. And what they're doing is they're downing the company, they're downing leadership, essentially saying these people here, they back hate. Listen to this here. So internally, organizers wrote, quote, as we've discussed through Slack, email, text, and everything in between, our leadership has shown us they do not uphold the values to which we are held. Notice that statement right there. You're going after leadership. You're allowing this to be leaked into the media as well. Yeah, you know, most of us would be fired for that. Between the numerous emails and non-answers that have been given, essentially, they didn't cancel Dave Chappelle. Therefore, we have been told explicitly that we somehow cannot understand the nuance of certain content. Now, you never really know what Netflix is going to do, by the way, but right now they are standing firm saying that they will not remove Dave Chappelle. You have had the co-CEO come out, say that in emails. You know, that's why you have people that want to protest and they want to walk out, because he said, you know, you folks here, you don't understand nuance. You don't understand context. More importantly, though, you have audiences responding to this. You see the top 10 in the U.S. today. Number 1 is the biggest show that they've ever had in Squid Game. I mean, that is a monster. Number 2 is holding firm because it's a movie. Number 3 is because of brand new episodes. Number 4, that's Dave Chappelle's The Closer, a comedy routine. Comedy routines, they normally come and go within a few days. Not this, though. And you know what? All of these people, all they're going to do is ensure that this thing, it stays around a lot longer. And Dave Chappelle, oh, he's going to make return after return after return.